The city hums with a restless energy, a symphony of horns and hurried footsteps, neon lights flickering against a sky bruised purple by dusk. In a cramped apartment on the edge of this urban sprawl, Maria sits cross-legged on her worn couch, her phone casting a pale glow across her tired face. She's 29, a graphic designer buried under deadlines, her inbox a battlefield of urgent emails. The news app blinks with chaos protests in the streets, a war half a world away, politicians hurling venom across invisible lines. Her thumb hovers, scrolling past images of suffering refugees in boats, a homeless woman huddled under a bridge until the screen blurs. Her heart thumps heavy with stress, a quiet panic that's become her shadow. A text pings her friend Lena, still cold after a fight last week over a careless comment Maria made. "Why can't people just get along?" she mutters, tossing the phone aside. The room feels smaller, the walls closing in with the weight of a divided age disconnection. Anger, a world pulling apart at the seams. Maria leans back, eyes drifting to a small wooden cross on her shelf, a gift from her grandmother. It's dusty, a relic of a faith she's let slip amid the grind of life. She thinks of her childhood sitting in a pew hearing stories of Jesus, how he walked among the broken, the lepers, the outcasts, and offered love where others saw only shame. Love your neighbor as yourself. The priest would read from Mark 12:31, his voice steady, certain. But who is her neighbor now? The coworker who snaps at her in meetings. The stranger on the subway, eyes down earbuds in a fortress of solitude. The world feels too big, too fractured, and Maria feels too small to mend it. Across town in a rain-soaked alley, Jamal steers his taxi through the evening drizzle wipers, swishing a steady rhythm. He's 42, a father of 2 working long shifts to keep the lights on. The radio crackles with a talk show voices clashing over borders, policies, who belongs and who doesn't. Jamal shakes his head, tired of the noise. A man flags him down, soaked to the bone. His coat tattered, his face etched with lines of defeat. "Downtown, please," the man mumbles, climbing in, reeking of damp and despair. Jamal glances in the rearview mirror, instinct urging caution. Keep it quick, professional, move on. But something tugs at him, a memory of words he heard on a podcast, Pope Francis speaking in a gentle, urgent tone. Every stranger is an opportunity to encounter Christ. Jamal exhales, softens. "Rough day, huh?" he asks. "The man." Thomas stares out the window, rain streaking the glass like tears. "Lost my job 6 months ago," he says, voice low. "Landlord kicked me out. Family's done with me. I'm nobody." Jamal's hands tighten on the wheel, his own struggles echoing back, bills piling up, his daughter's school fees, the ache of long hours. But he listens, really listens, as Thomas unravels his story, a factory worker laid off when the plant closed, a marriage strained by stress, a life slipping through his fingers. Jamal thinks of Pope Francis again, words from Fratelli Tutti lingering in his mind. Let us dream then, as a single human family, as fellow travelers sharing the same flesh. This man, this stranger isn't just a fare, he's a brother, a piece of the same broken, beautiful world. Back in her apartment, Maria stands pacing, restless. She grabs her coat, needing air, needing something to shake the fog of disconnection. The streets are alive. Chaotic protesters chant in the distance. A siren wails. A man begs for change at the corner. She averts her eyes, habit kicking in, but then stops. That cross on her shelf flashes in her mind, and with it, Christ's call to love, to see. She digs in her pocket, finds a crumpled $5 bill, and hands it to the man. "God bless you," he says, eyes meeting hers, and for a moment, the noise of the world fades. Her chest lightens, a flicker of purpose breaking through. But doubt creeps back one small act in a sea of pain. What does it change? She walks on, the question heavy, the city pressing in. The city. In the taxi, Jamal pulls over the meter, ticking to a stop. Thomas fumbles for cash, hands trembling, but comes up short. Jamal waves it off. "It's on me," he says, then reaches into his bag, pulling out a sandwich, his own dinner, and a bottle of water. "You're not alone, man," he says, voice steady, gentle. Thomas blinks, stunned, a crack of light in his darkened world. Why he whispers. Jamal shrugs a quiet smile. "Because we're in this together." He drives off, the rain still falling, but his heart feels fuller, a warmth cutting through the chill. He thinks of his kids, of the world they'll inherit, a world of walls. Yes, but maybe with enough small bridges, a world of hope. Maria finds herself at a park, the clamor of the city muted by trees and the soft rush of a fountain. She sits on a bench watching people, a mother pushing a stroller, a teen on a skateboard, an old man feeding pigeons. Strangers, all of them, yet each carries a story, a struggle, a spark of the divine. She pulls out her phone, not to scroll, but to search. Words from Pope Francis pop up from a 2016 homily. Compassion is the language of God, and we are called to speak it in our daily lives. Compassion, not a feeling, but an action, a turning toward the other. Maria thinks of Lena, the fight, the silence between them. Stress had fueled her sharp words. Disconnection had widened the gap. She types a text. "Hey, I'm sorry. Can we talk?" Her finger hovers, then presses send. A step small but real. Jamal, driving through the night, reflects too. Christ's example hums in his mind, washing the disciples' feet, a king stooping to serve. John 13:5. Pope Francis echoes this in Laudato Si, linking care for people to care for the earth, a single crisis of heart and home. Jamal thinks of his passengers, each a stranger, each a chance to serve. He pulls over at a gas station, buys an extra coffee, and hands it to a woman shivering outside her sign reading, "Anything helps." She nods, grateful, and Jamal drives on, the act rippling outward, unseen, but alive. He wonders if he can love one stranger. Can he love the next? Can he teach his kids to do the same? Maria's phone buzzes Lena's reply. "Yeah, I'd like that." Relief washes over her, a bridge beginning to form. She looks up, the stars faint against the city glow, and whispers a prayer, halting at first. "God, help me see. Help me love." It's clumsy, unpracticed, but honest. She thinks of the homeless man, the $5, and wonders what more she could do. Volunteer at a shelter. Listen to a co-worker instead of snapping back. The world's divisions, politics, race, class, loom large. But Pope Francis's voice cuts through. We are not isolated individuals, but brothers and sisters called to encounter one another. Maria breathes deep, the air cool, the weight lifting just a fraction. She's not fixing the world, not yet, but she's starting where she stands. Jamal drops off another fare, a young woman with tired eyes, and wishes her a good night. He thinks of the stress that dogs him money time, the news blaring division. But tonight, Thomas's face lingers a reminder of Christ's call, of Pope Francis's plea to embrace the stranger. He pulls into a quiet street parks and closes his eyes for a moment. Lord, he prays, give me the strength to keep going, to keep loving. The city hums on fractured hurting, but Jamal feels a quiet resolve. One sandwich, one kind word, small seeds planted in faith that might grow into something bigger. Maria walks home, the streets less daunting now. She passes a mural, faded but bold hands reaching across a divide painted in blues and golds. It stirs her a visual echo of Christ's love, of Pope Francis's dream of a human family. She thinks of her job designing ads, chasing deadlines, and wonders how to weave compassion there. Could she create something that heals, that connects, a campaign for a local charity maybe, or a simple post to share hope? The idea sparks fragile but bright. She reaches her door, the cross on the shelf catching her eye again. It's still dusty, but it feels alive now. A quiet call to action. Jamal's shift ends, the taxi silent as he heads home. The rain has stopped, the streets glistening under streetlights. He thinks of Thomas, of the woman with the sign, and of Christ's radical love dining with tax collectors, touching the untouchable. Pope Francis's words from a 2013 address ring clear. If we are to share our lives with others and generously give of ourselves, we also have to realize that every person is worthy of our giving. Jamal pictures his daughter Aisha, 7 years old, asking why people fight. He'll tell her he decides about tonight, about choosing love over indifference, about seeing the stranger as family. He pulls into his driveway, the lights of home glowing warm, and feels a flicker of peace. Maria slips off her coat, settles on the couch, and opens her laptop. The news still buzzes. The world still aches, but she types a new search: volunteer opportunities near me. A shelter needs hands. A food bank needs help. She bookmarks them, her pulse quickening, not with stress, but with possibility. Christ's love. Pope Francis's vision. They're not distant ideals, but living calls here and now. She thinks of Lena, of the man at the corner, and imagines a chain of small acts linking one to another, mending the tears of a divided age. The wooden cross watches, silent, steady, a guidepost for the road ahead. Jamal tucks Aisha into bed, her small hand in his. "Daddy, did you help someone today?" she asks, eyes wide. He smiles, nods, and tells her of Thomas, of the sandwich, of a man who felt seen. "That's what Jesus did, right?" she says. And Jamal's heart swells. "Yes, baby," he replies, "and it's what we can do too." He kisses her forehead, the weight of the world still there, but lighter shared. Pope Francis's call echoes, embrace the stranger love without limit. Jamal steps to the window, the city stretching out, broken yet beautiful, and whispers a promise to keep going. Maria lies in bed, the day replaying her fight with Lena, the man on the corner. The text sent the spark of purpose. She thinks of Christ walking dusty roads, meeting each stranger with open hands. Pope Francis's voice joins in from Evangelii Gaudium. The joy of the gospel fills the hearts and lives of all who encounter Jesus. She's not there yet. Stress lingers, disconnection tugs, but she feels a shift, a turning toward love. The clock ticks past midnight, May 30th, 2025, and Maria closes her eyes, not adrift, but anchored, ready to rise and embrace the stranger one step at a time. Maria wakes to the soft hum of her alarm, the clock glowing 6:15 a.m., May 31st, 2025. Sunlight slips through the curtains, painting her small apartment in gentle gold. Last night lingers the man at the corner. The text to Lena, the wooden cross stirring her heart. She sits up, rubbing sleep from her eyes, the weight of the world still there, but tinged with a quiet hope. Her laptop sits open, bookmarked pages for volunteer opportunities glowing on the screen. She thinks of Christ's hands calloused from carpentry reaching out to the sick, the scorned, the stranger. Pope Francis's words from Fratelli Tutti echo in her mind. We were created for a fulfillment that can only be found in love. Today, she decides is a day to move, to act, to step toward the other. Downstairs, she brews coffee, the aroma filling the air, and checks her phone. Lena's reply waits. Meet me at the cafe. 10 a.m. Maria smiles, nerves and relief mingling. The fight, a sharp exchange over a missed deadline, words flung in stress, had built a wall. But now a door cracks open. She types back, "See you there," and feels the first ripple of repair. The city buzzes outside cars, honking people rushing a divided world marching on. But Maria pauses, sips her coffee, and whispers a prayer. Lord, guide me to love to see. It's simple, raw, a thread tying her to Christ's call to Pope Francis's vision of a human family. Across the city, Jamal rises too, the clock ticking past 5:30 a.m. His wife Fatima stirs in the kitchen, the clatter of pans, a familiar comfort. Aisha and her brother Malik sleep still, their small forms tucked under blankets. Last night's shift, Thomas, the sandwich, the woman with the sign, clings to him, a quiet fire in his chest. He thinks of Jesus breaking bread with sinners, and Pope Francis's plea in a 2017 homily, go out to the peripheries, to the places where people are hurting, and bring them hope. Jamal laces his boots, ready for another day in the taxi, but today feels different. He wants to carry that hope, to weave it into the chaos of the streets. Maria dresses jeans, a sweater simple, and heads out, the air crisp, the city alive. She passes the corner where the man stood last night, but he's gone, a cardboard sign left behind soggy from rain. Her heart tugs. Where is he now? She thinks of Christ's parable of the Good Samaritan. Luke 10:25-37. A stranger stopping to help when others walked by. Pope Francis amplifies this in Laudato Si. Love overflowing with small gestures of mutual care is also civic and political, and it makes itself felt in every action that seeks to build a better world. Maria pulls out her phone, opens the shelter's site, and signs up for a shift tomorrow, serving meals. A small gesture, but a start. The streets hum. People brush past, eyes averted, and she wonders how many strangers can she see today. Jamal kisses Fatima goodbye, her smile a quiet strength, and climbs into his taxi. The radio blares another debate, voices clashing over immigration rights, who's in and who's out. He switches it off, craving silence. Yesterday, Thomas's words, "I'm nobody," haunt him. He thinks of Christ kneeling before Peter, washing his feet, a king serving the flawed, John 13:5-14. Pope Francis's voice joins in from a 2015 address. Service is the way to live our faith, to show love in deeds, not just words. Jamal nods to himself, the wheel steady in his hands. Today he'll drive, yes, but he'll also look for the tired, the lost, the ones the world forgets. Maria reaches the cafe, a cozy spot with steamed windows and the scent of pastries. Lena waits inside, her dark hair pulled back, her face guarded but soft. They sit, coffee steaming between them, and the silence stretches heavy with the fight. Maria breathes deep, recalls Pope Francis's wisdom from a 2016 audience. Forgiveness is a strength, a power that heals, that opens dialogue. Lena, I'm sorry, she begins, voice gentle. I was stressed. I snapped, and I hurt you. I miss us. Lena's eyes soften, a tear glinting. I overreacted too, she says. Work's been crazy, and I took it out on you. They talk slowly, honestly, wounds airing, healing beginning. Maria feels Christ's love in the moment, a quiet mending a bridge across the divide. Jamal's first fare is a young man, backpack slung low, earbuds in face tense. Airport. He grunts, barely looking up. Jamal drives the city, unfolding billboards, screaming division graffiti marking turf. He glances back, sees the man's hands fidgeting, stress etched in his jaw. You okay, brother? Jamal asks, voice warm. The man, Ethan, pulls out an earbud, surprised. Just job interview out of state. Might not make it. Jamal nods, thinks of Pope Francis's call in Evangelii Gaudium, go forth, accompany others, share their burdens. You'll do great, he says. Breathe, focus. I'll get you there on time. Ethan exhales, a faint smile breaking through. Thanks, man. Jamal drives the road, a path of connection, small but real. Maria and Lena laugh now, the tension easing, stories flowing, work life, the chaos of the world. Maria shares last night, the man at the corner, the shelter sign-up. Lena leans in, eyes bright. That's amazing, Maria. I've been wanting to do something too. They brainstorm, maybe a joint effort, packing meals, raising funds. Maria feels a spark. Pope Francis's words from Fratelli Tutti alive. Fraternity is born when we act together, when we care for one another. The cafe hums, strangers all around, a barista, a couple, an old man with a newspaper, and Maria sees them anew, each a neighbor, each a chance to love. Jamal drops Ethan at the terminal, wishes him luck, and watches him hurry off a little lighter. The day rolls on, fares piling in, a mother with a crying toddler, a businessman barking into a phone, a quiet girl staring out the window. Jamal listens, smiles, offers a word when it fits. Midday, he pulls over near a park, spots a group of kids kicking a ball, their laughter cutting through the city's drone. He thinks of Aisha and Malik, of the divided world they'll face, anger online walls between people. Christ's command rings clear. Love one another as I have loved you. John 13:34. Pope Francis builds on it in a 2020 message. Love breaks down barriers, heals the wounds of exclusion. Jamal grabs a water bottle, hands it to a sweaty kid. "Stay hydrated, champ," he says, and the boy grins a tiny bridge built. Maria leaves the cafe, Lena at her side, their bond stronger, a promise to meet for the shelter shift. The sun climbs high, the city pulsing sirens, shouts a protest banner waving blocks away. Stress tugs at her. The news still heavy, but she recalls Christ's calm praying in the garden, trusting amid chaos, Matthew 26:39. Pope Francis's voice joins from a 2018 homily. Faith is not a theory, but a life, a walking with Jesus toward others. She walks eyes open and spots a woman struggling with grocery bags, one tearing at the seam. Maria steps up. "Need a hand." The woman, Elena, gray-haired and weary, nods, grateful. They carry the bags to her stoop, and Elena smiles. "You're an angel, dear." Maria blushes, feels the weight shift, a small act, a big ripple. Jamal's radio stays off the silence, a space for thought. A new fare climbs in a woman mid-50s, eyes red, clutching a tissue. "Hospital," she whispers. Jamal drives gentle and asks, "You okay, ma'am?" She, Carla, chokes out, "My son's sick, real bad." Jamal's heart clenches. Aisha Malik, the fear of loss. He thinks of Jesus weeping for Lazarus. John 11:35, and Pope Francis's plea in Laudato Si. We must feel the pain of others, make it our own. "I'll pray for him," Jamal says, voice steady. "What's his name?" "David." Carla replies, a tear falling but a faint hope in her eyes. Jamal nods, drives smooth, and whispers a prayer, love stretching across the seat, the city, the divide. Maria reaches her office, the hum of computers and chatter filling the air. Deadlines loom, stress buzzing, but she pauses, thinks of Elena, of Lena, of the shelter. Pope Francis's words from a 2019 address glow. Work becomes prayer when we offer it for others, when we serve through it. Her boss, Tim, snaps about a late design, his voice sharp. Maria breathes, recalls Christ's patience turning the other cheek, Matthew 5:39. Instead of snapping back, she says, "I hear you, Tim. I'll fix it." Rough day. He blinks, softens. "Yeah, sorry. Just pressure." They talk, tension easing, and Maria sketches a new idea, a pro bono ad for the shelter, bold, hopeful. Tim nods, impressed. Love, she thinks, even here. Jamal's day stretches, the sun dipping low, painting the sky orange. He picks up a young couple arguing in the back. Politics, money. Sharp words flying. He listens, thinks of division of Christ dining with tax collectors and sinners. Matthew 9:10-11. Pope Francis's call in Fratelli Tutti rings. Dialogue, not conflict, builds a future. "Hey," Jamal ventures gentle. "You two sound strong together. Maybe take a breath. Talk it out." They pause, glance at him, then each other, a chuckle breaking the ice. "Thanks, driver," the man says. Jamal smiles, drops them off, and feels the ripple, small but alive. Maria ends her day, laptop closed, a draft ad for the shelter glowing on her screen. She walks home, the city softer now, streetlights flickering on. A newsstand blares headlines, conflict crisis, but she thinks of Christ's peace. Peace. I leave with you. John 14:27, and Pope Francis's urging. Be artisans of peace, starting where you are. She stops at a bakery, buys extra muffins, and hands one to a teen sitting alone, head down. "You good?" she asks. He nods, shy takes it. Maria walks on the cross in her mind, a guide. She's not solving the world, but she's moving, loving, embracing the stranger. Jamal pulls into a gas station dusk, settling the air cool. A man lingers nearby, thin eyes darting, holding a sign, "Lost everything. Help." Jamal thinks of Thomas of Christ's love for the least, Matthew 25:40, and Pope Francis's cry, "The poor are our teachers, showing us the way to humility." He grabs a coffee, a snack from his bag, and walks over. "For you, friend," he says. The man, Sam, looks up stunned. "God bless you," he mumbles. Jamal nods. "We're in this together." He drives home, the city's wounds still open, but his heart beats with purpose, a quiet vow to keep going. Maria reaches her door, muffins in hand, the night wrapping around her. She texts Lena Shelter tomorrow, 9 a.m. The reply pings, "I'm in." She smiles, sets the muffins down, and glances at the cross. Christ's love. Pope Francis's call. They're alive in her steps, her choices. The world's divide looms, but she feels it, a thread of connection growing. She kneels, prays, "Lord, keep me open, keep me kind," and rises ready for tomorrow. Jamal parks home at last. The lights warm, Fatima's voice calling. Dinner's ready. Aisha runs to him, hugs his legs. "Did you help again, Daddy?" He kneels, smiles, tells her of Carla. Sam, the couple. "Like Jesus, right?" she asks. "Yeah, and like us," he says. Pope Francis's words linger from a 2021 homily. Love is the bridge that unites, the force that heals. Jamal looks out the city, glowing, broken, beautiful, and vows to build that bridge one stranger at a time. Dawn breaks over the city, a soft pink glow brushing the skyline on this Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Maria stirs the clock, reading 7:12 a.m., her heart buzzing with purpose. The shelter shift with Lena awaits a concrete step toward the stranger, a thread of Christ's love woven into her day. She rises, pulls on a faded hoodie, and glances at the wooden cross on her shelf, its quiet presence a steady anchor. Last night's muffins sit on the counter, a small offering for the morning ahead. She thinks of Jesus feeding the 5,000. Matthew 14:13-21, turning little into much, and Pope Francis's words from Fratelli Tutti. Every encounter with another is a seed of hope, a chance to build fraternity. Maria grabs the muffins, a water bottle, and heads out, the air crisp, the city waking with a restless hum. Jamal, too, is up early. The clock at 6:45 a.m., sunlight spilling into his kitchen. Fatima flips pancakes, the scent warm and sweet, while Aisha and Malik chatter about their day, a school project, a soccer game. Jamal sips coffee, his mind on yesterday. Thomas, the woman with the sign, the couple in the cab. Christ's call echoes. "Whatever you did for one of the least of these, you did for me." Matthew 25:40. Pope Francis amplifies it from a 2018 homily. The poor are not a problem, but a gift, a chance to meet Jesus. No taxi shift today, but Jamal feels a tug to do more, to reach further. Aisha tugs his sleeve. "Daddy, can we help someone today?" He smiles, nods an idea, sparking a family outing, a way to live, love together. Maria walks to the shelter, a modest brick building tucked between a deli and a pawn shop. The streets pulse, a bus rumbles, a jogger darts by. A man sweeps trash from his stoop. She passes a billboard, bold letters screaming election slogans, division carved in red and blue. Her chest tightens, stress from the world's fractures creeping in, but she breathes, recalls Christ's calm in the storm. Mark 4:39. Pope Francis's voice joins from a 2020 address. Peace begins with us with small acts that ripple outward. She clutches the muffins, a tiny ripple, and arrives at the shelter. Lena waves from the door, her smile bright, their mended bond a quiet victory. Inside, the air hums with clatter pots, banging volunteers bustling, the scent of soup rising. Jamal gathers his family. Fatima packing a bag with snacks, water, and old clothes to give away. Aisha bounces. We're like superheroes, right? Daddy. Malik 9 rolls his eyes but grins. Jamal thinks of Jesus walking dusty roads, meeting strangers with open hands, and Pope Francis's plea in Laudato Si. We are one human family called to care for our common home and each other. They pile into the car, no plan, but to drive, to look, to act. The city unfolds, graffiti on walls, a protest march in the distance, people hurrying past each other, eyes down. Jamal steers toward a park, a place where need often lingers, his heart set on sharing, on seeing. At the shelter, Maria and Lena tie on aprons, joining a line of volunteers ladling soup into bowls. Faces file past a grizzled man with a limp, a young mother with a toddler, an old woman muttering to herself. Maria hands a bowl to a man, his hands, rough eyes tired. Thanks, miss, he says, voice gruff but kind. She smiles, thinks of Christ, touching the leper mark. 41. Unafraid present. Pope Francis's words from a 2016 homily ring. Compassion is God's language. Speak it with your hands, your eyes, your heart. Maria offers a muffin. Made these for you, and his face lights up a crack in the weariness. Lena nudges her. This feels right, huh? Maria nods, the room alive with connection, a bridge across the divide. Jamal parks near the park. The grass, patchy, benches worn. Aisha points. Look, Daddy. A group sits near a fountain. 2 men, a woman, bags piled beside them, signs asking for help. Jamal feels the weight. The city's brokenness, hunger, cold, but recalls Jesus feeding the crowd, turning scarcity to abundance. Pope Francis's call in a 2019 message echoes, give generously, not from your excess, but from your heart. Fatima hands out water. Jamal passes snacks. Aisha offers a sweater, her small hands trembling with excitement. Stay warm, she says, and a man bearded and thin smiles. Bless you, little one. Malik hesitates, then gives his old jacket pride in his eyes. Jamal kneels, listens to their stories. Lost jobs, illness, hope fraying, and feels Christ there in the sharing. Maria ladles soup, the line steady faces blurring into a tapestry of need. A young woman, maybe 20, approaches, eyes down, baby on her hip. Hi, I'm Maria, she says gentle. The woman. Sarah looks up shy. Lost my place last month, she murmurs. Maria hands her soup a muffin and lingers. Pope Francis's wisdom from Fratelli Tutti alive. We are fellow travelers sharing the same flesh. You're doing great, Maria says, nodding to the baby. Sarah smiles, faint but real. Maria thinks of her own stress deadlines fights and sees it in Sarah, the weight of a divided world. She slips a volunteer a note. Any baby stuff here? They find diapers, a blanket, and Sarah's eyes glisten. A ripple, small growing. Jamal's family moves on the park behind them, the car winding through streets. Fatima spots a woman alone shivering under a thin shawl. Jamal pulls over and they approach gentle. Cold out here, he says, offering a blanket from the bag. The woman, Grace, nods, voice hoarse. Been a rough year. Fatima sits beside her, listens a story of loss, a fire, no safety net. Jamal thinks of Christ's tears for Jerusalem. Luke 19:41. A love that feels the other's pain. Pope Francis's plea in a 2021 homily hums. To love is to enter another's suffering to walk with them. They give water food, a pair of gloves, and Grace grips Fatima's hand. You're too kind. Aisha whispers, we're helpers. Mommy and Jamal's heart swells. A family learning love. Back at the shelter, Maria wipes sweat from her brow. The kitchen warm, chaotic. Lena laughs, spills broth, and they clean it together, a bond tightening. A man, older gray beard tangled, lingers after his meal. Name's Roy, he says, eyes bright. Maria sits, listens a veteran alone. Memories of war haunting him. She thinks of Christ welcoming all to the table and Pope Francis's call in Evangelii Gaudium. Go out, meet people where they are, share the joy of the gospel. You're enough, Roy, she says. And he blinks, nods, a weight lifting. She feels it. The cities divide, the stress of isolation easing in this moment, this encounter. Jamal drives the kids, chattering Fatima, smiling. They stop at a corner, a young man pacing sign reading, Hungry, anything helps. Jamal rolls down the window, hands over a sandwich water. What's your name? He asks. Leo, the man says, voice shaky. Jamal recalls Jesus calling Zacchaeus by name. Luke 19:5. Seeing him, changing him. Pope Francis's words from a 2015 address ring. Every person is worthy of our giving our time, our gaze. You're seen, Leo, Jamal says, and Leo's shoulders lift a spark in his eyes. The kids wave. Good luck. Leo and Jamal drives on, the ripple spreading love touching the stranger. Maria's shift winds down the shelter quieter bowls, stacked volunteers weary but warm. She and Lena step outside the sun. High the city loud horns shouts a distant rally. Stress tugs the world's fractures sharp, but Maria clings to Christ's promise. Come to me all you who are weary. Matthew 11:28. Pope Francis echoes in a 2017 homily. Faith gives strength to carry on to serve in the mess of life. They walk, spotting a boy, maybe 10, sitting alone, scuffing shoes on the curb. Maria kneels. You okay? He nods. Lost. No words. Lena offers a muffin. For you, buddy. His grin breaks through and Maria feels it a seed of hope planted. Jamal's family heads to a market. the air thick with voices, vendors calling. Aisha tugs his hand, points to an old man bent selling flowers from a cart. Few buyers. Jamal thinks of Christ honoring the widow's mite. Mark 12:42-44, and Pope Francis's cry in Laudato Si. Care for the forgotten, the small, the overlooked. They buy a bouquet, bright daisies, and chat. His name's Henry. Hands, shaky stories of a life hard lived. "These are for you, Mommy," Aisha says, handing them to Fatima, and Henry beams. Kind folks. Jamal slips him extra cash. Keep going. Henry, and the ripple rolls on. Compassion alive. Maria and Lena part a hug, sealing their day. Maria walks home, the city shifting. A protest blocks a street anger in the air, phones filming. Her pulse quickens, division stark, but she recalls Christ's prayer, that they may be one. John 17:21. Pope Francis's voice from a 2020 encyclical steadies her. Unity is built by embracing, not excluding the other. She spots a girl young handing out flyers, eyes fierce. Maria takes one, smiles. "Thanks for your work." The girl pauses, nods a moment of peace in the chaos. Maria tucks the flyer away, a reminder to listen to connect. Jamal's car rolls on the kids singing Fatima's hand in his. They stop at a light, a woman crosses, pushing a cart, bags spilling. Jamal hops out. "Let me help," and lifts a bag, steadying it. She. Miriam thanks him, eyes tired but kind. He thinks of Jesus carrying the cross, bearing others' burdens. John 19:17, and Pope Francis's call in a 2019 homily. Love is action, a daily choice to lift another. The kids help Malik, grinning, Aisha chatting, and Miriam laughs. "You've got angels." Jamal drives off the city's wounds deep, but love small, steady, stitching them. Maria nears home, the sun dipping shadows long. She passes the mural hands, reaching blues and golds, and feels Christ's love. Pope Francis's dream alive in her. At work, her ad for the shelter waits a chance to amplify this day. She thinks of Roy Serra, the boy, and Pope Francis's words from Fratelli Tutti. Every gesture of care, every look of love changes the world. She buys a coffee, hands it to a man dozing on a bench. Stay warm, and his nod fuels her. Home, she kneels by the cross, prays. "Lord, let me keep this fire." Jamal pulls home the kids piling out daisies in Fatima's hands. Aisha asks, "Did we make Jesus happy, Daddy?" He kneels. "I think so, sweetheart." Christ's love. Pope Francis's vision. Be builders of hope from a 2021 address, burn bright. They eat, laugh, share the day. Leo, Grace, Henry, Miriam. The city hums outside, divided, hurting, but Jamal sees ripples, small acts linking healing. He looks out, night falling, and vows to carry on embracing the stranger. The sun dips low, casting a warm amber glow over the city on this Sunday, June 1st, 2025, as Maria steps out, her heart still humming from yesterday's shelter shift. It's 5:47 p.m., the air thick with the scent of summer and the distant pulse of traffic. She carries a sketchbook, her mind buzzing with the shelter ad faces of Sarah Roy, the boy on the curb fueling her vision. The wooden cross from her shelf feels present, a silent guide whispering, Christ's call. Love one another as I have loved you. John 13:34. Pope Francis's voice weaves in from a 2019 homily. Love is a bridge built with courage to cross the chasms of fear and indifference. Maria walks the city alive, shouts from a rally, neon signs, people rushing past, eyes locked on screens. She's tired, stress from work lingering, but today she seeks to build to connect. Jamal at home laughs with Fatima and the kids, the table strewn with Sunday dinner, roast chicken rice, laughter filling the air. It's 6:03 p.m. The windows open, a breeze carrying the city's hum. Aisha, crayons in hand, draws a picture. Stick figures giving food labeled Daddy and Jesus. Malik asks, "Can we help more tomorrow?" Jamal nods, his heart full from yesterday. Leo, Grace, Henry, Miriam. He thinks of Christ welcoming the outcast and Pope Francis's plea in Fratelli Tutti. Let us build a culture of encounter where no one is left behind. No taxi today, but a plan forms a family mission, a food drive, a way to stretch love further. He kisses Fatima's hand, ready to face the chaos with hope. Maria wanders toward a busy square, the city's heartbeat. Loud vendors call a busker, strums a crowd, argues near a newsstand, papers blaring division. Her pulse quickens, the weight of conflict, politics, inequality pressing in. She sits on a bench, opens her sketchbook, and draws, hands reaching like the mural, a design for the shelter. Christ's parable of the mustard seed. Matthew 13:31-32 stirs her, a tiny act growing wide. Pope Francis echoes from a 2020 address. Small gestures rooted in faith become a revolution of tenderness. A man nearby, ragged coat, mutters, pacing. Maria hesitates, then offers her water bottle. Thirsty. He, Paul, takes it, eyes wary but grateful. "Thanks, lady," he says, and she smiles, a bridge beginning. Jamal gathers the family bags, packed canned goods, bread, clothes donated from their pantry, neighbors chipping in. Aisha claps. "We're fixing the world." "Daddy." Fatima smiles. Malik hauls a bag proud. They drive the city, unfolding billboards of anger, a protest clogging, a street horns blaring. Jamal feels the divide, the chaos, but recalls Jesus calming the storm. Mark 4:39 and Pope Francis's call in Laudato Si. Care for each other, care for the earth, both heal the whole. They head to a community center, a hub for the needy where volunteers sort aid. Jamal parks the kids, tumble out eager, and he feels it, love, a light in the mess. Maria sketches Paul sitting nearby sipping water. He talks job-gone streets, cold people passing by like he's invisible. Maria listens, heart aching, seeing Christ in his eyes. The stranger made neighbor. Pope Francis's words from a 2016 homily ring. To see the other is to see God. To help is to touch him. "You're not invisible, Paul," she says, and he nods, a flicker of worth returning. A teen approaches, skateboard under arm, eyeing her sketch. "Cool art," he says. Maria smiles. "Thanks. I'm Maria." "You draw." "He." Jake shrugs, shy. She hands him a pencil. "Try it." He sketches, awkward but bold, and they laugh, a connection sparking in the square's chaos. Jamal and family unload bags. The community center, buzzing volunteers, stack cans, Kids play a line forms for food. A woman, thin eyes tired, thanks them. This'll feed my boys. Her name's Tina. A single mom, stretched thin. Jamal kneels, hands her bread. Thinks of Jesus breaking loaves, feeding thousands. Matthew 14:19. Pope Francis's voice from a 2015 address guides. Generosity is not about wealth, but heart. Give what you can, and it multiplies. Aisha offers a toy. For your boys. Tina's eyes glisten, and Malik beams learning love's power. Jamal feels the ripple small acts mending a fractured world. Maria and Jake draw the square alive, shouts music tension simmering. A man yells at a protester, words sharp anger hot. Maria's stomach twists, division raw, but she recalls Christ praying for unity. John 17:21. Pope Francis urges in Evangelii Gaudium, be peacemakers, sow kindness amid conflict. She turns to Paul, want to help. He nods, and they share her sketchbook drawing with Jake. Hands, hearts, a vision of hope. A woman harried drops her bag, apples rolling. Maria jumps up, gathers them. Got you. The woman. Lila sighs. Thanks. Crazy day. Maria smiles. Listens. Lila's stressed a nurse overworked. A bridge forms chaos, softening. Jamal's family works sorting cans passing water. A man grizzled limps up Vince, a vet hungry alone. Jamal shakes his hand. Thank you for your service, Vince. He thinks of Christ honoring the least, and Pope Francis's cry in a 2018 homily. The forgotten teach us humility, embrace them. Fatima chats with Vince. Aisha draws him a picture. You're a hero, and Malik hands him soup. Vince's face softens. Been a while since anyone cared. The center hums, need meeting love, and Jamal sees it division fading, if just here, just now. The kids glow, the lesson sinking in, strangers are family. Maria walks with Lila helping carry bags to a bus stop. The square pulses, arguments flare, phones flash capturing rage. Stress gnaws, but Maria clings to Christ's peace. My peace. I give you. John 14:27. Pope Francis's words from a 2021 address steady her. Build peace daily with patience in the noise of life. Lila talks long shifts. Sick patients fear of burnout. Maria nods. You're amazing, Lila. How can I help? Lila laughs. Just this. Listening means a lot. Maria slips her a note. My number. Call if you need a break. The bus rolls up. Lila boards waving and Maria feels the bridge strengthen. Jamal's crew moves on, bags lighter, hearts full. They drive spotting a man by a bridge. Cardboard sign. No job, no home. Jamal pulls over the kids, quiet, watching. Hi, I'm Jamal, he says, offering food, a blanket. The man. Ray looks up weary. Thanks, man. Rough out here. Jamal sits, listens. Factory closed. Savings gone cold nights. Christ's love for the poor. Luke 4:18 burns, and Pope Francis's plea in Fratelli. Tutti echoes, reach out, touch the wounds of the world, heal with love. Aisha hands Ray socks, warm feet. Ray chuckles and Jamal prays silently. strength growing in the chaos. Maria heads to a park, the sun-lower shadows stretching. Kids laugh, a dog barks, but tension lingers. A news van parks, filming a rally nearby, voices clashing. She sits, sketches Paul's words, Lila's stress in her mind. Christ's call to serve. Mark 10:45. Hums, and Pope Francis's voice from a 2017 homily joins. Service is love made visible. Start where you stand. A boy, maybe 8, kicks a ball alone. Maria waves. Nice kick, I'm Maria. He. Sam grins, shy. She plays laughing, his joy a balm. His mom weary watches, and Maria chats, offers a muffin small but a link in the chain. Jamal drives the city, glowing neon and dusk mixing. A woman huddles by a store, bag's torn face drawn. Fatima nods, and they stop. Need help? Jamal asks, gentle. She, Nora nods. Lost my keys. My place. Everything's a mess. Jamal thinks of Jesus seeking the lost sheep. Luke 15:4-7, and Pope Francis's call in a 2019 address. Find the lost, lift, then walk beside them. They help gather her things, offer food, a blanket. Aisha hugs her. You'll be okay. Nora smiles, tears welling, and Malik says, We got you. Jamal feels it love a bridge cutting through the chaos. Maria lingers in the park. Sam's mom, Dana, opening up a single-parent bills, piling stress heavy. Maria listens, recalls Christ's care for the weary, Matthew 11:28, and Pope Francis's wisdom in Laudato Si. We heal together people and earth in small, faithful steps. She offers, I'm at the shelter tomorrow, come by, we'll help. Dana nods grateful, and Sam kicks the ball shouting, You're fun. Maria. She laughs, sketches them in her book, a family, a hope, a design taking shape. The rally's noise fades, love louder here now. Jamal's family rolls on the sky, darkening streetlights flickering. They stop at a corner, a young man guitar case open strumming few coins inside. Jamal parks, listens a sad tune haunting. Beautiful, he says, dropping cash a water. The man. Eli smiles. Thanks, man. Trying to get by. Jamal recalls Christ valuing the widow's mite. Mark 12:42-44, and Pope Francis's plea in a 2020 homily, see the dignity in every struggle, honor it. The kids clap, play more. Eli does, and Fatima sways the moment of bridge music and kindness uniting. Maria walks home, the city alive, sirens, shouts, lights. Her sketchbooks heavy, full of faces, hands hope. The news blares division anger, but Christ's prayer, that they may be one. John 17:21 anchors her. Pope Francis urges in Fratelli Tutti, dream big act, small fraternity starts with you. She passes a man sleeping on cardboard and kneels, leaves a muffin, water, a note. You are enough. He stirs, mumbles, thanks, and Maria walks on the cross in her heart, bridges building in the chaos. Jamal heads home, the kids sleepy Fatima's hand warm in his. They pass a protest signs, waving voices raw. The divide stings, but Christ's love. Pope Francis's call. Be artisans of hope, from a 2021 address, light the way. He stops, sees a woman old, struggling with a cane, bags heavy. Let us, Jamal says, and they walk her home. She, Ruth, blesses them. Angels, all of you. Aisha yawns. We helped Daddy, and Jamal nods, the ripple-wide love stronger than the mess. Maria reaches her door, 9:32 p.m. The night cool, stars faint. She opens her sketchbook. The ad alive, hands faces a call to care. Christ's love. Pope Francis's vision. Change the world with tenderness, from a 2016 homily burn. Bright. She texts Lena. Tomorrow, shelter again. A yes pings back. Maria kneels by the cross, prays. Lord, keep me building, loving, and rises ready, the chaos less daunting. Jamal tucks Aisha and Malik in their drawings helpers, strangers on the wall. Fatima smiles. Good day, love. He nods, thinks of Christ carrying all. John 19:17, and Pope Francis's cry, love unites, heals, endures. The city hums, broken alive, and Jamal looks out, bridges rising. Strangers embraced a vow to keep on. The city wakes under a gentle dawn. Monday, June 2nd, 2025. The sky a soft gray-blue light creeping over rooftops at 6:23 a.m. Maria stirs her alarm, buzzing the wooden cross on her shelf, catching the first rays. The weekend hums in her, the shelter with Lena Paul in the square. Dana and Sam, the sketchbook brimming with hope. She rises, heart steady, the weight of a divided world. Stress, conflict, disconnection, still there, but met with purpose. Christ's words linger. You are the light of the world. Matthew 5:14. A call to shine. Pope Francis's voice joins from a 2021 homily. Light up the darkness with love, with small, faithful acts. Maria dresses jeans, a shirt, her sketchbook tucked under her arm, ready to carry this light, to embrace the stranger anew. Across town, Jamal rolls out of bed, 6:35 a.m., the scent of coffee drifting from the kitchen where Fatima hums. Aisha and Malik chatter backpacks ready for school, their drawings of helpers pinned to the fridge. The weekend's ripples. Tina, Vince, Ray, Ruth glow in Jamal's chest, a fire kindled by action. He thinks of Jesus lifting the fallen and Pope Francis's plea in Fratelli Tutti. We are one called to weave a tapestry of love to heal a fractured world. Today he'll drive, but more he'll share, listen, build. Aisha tugs his hand. Daddy, we're still helpers, right? He grins. Always, baby, and steps out the city, waiting broken but beckoning. Maria sips coffee, checks her phone. A text from Lena Shelter at 6 p.m. She replies, yes, and heads to work. The streets alive. Buses groan. A jogger puffs by. Newsstands shout division. Her ad for the shelter hands reaching waits on her laptop, a seed of change. Stress tugs, deadlines loom, emails pile. But Christ's calm. Do not worry about tomorrow. Matthew 6:34 steadies her. Pope Francis echoes from a 2018 address. Faith turns work into service, a gift for others. She passes a woman bundled in a coat, rummaging through trash. Maria pauses, pulls a granola bar from her bag. For you. The woman. June looks up, eyes bright. Bless you. Maria smiles, a light flickering on. Jamal drops the kids at school. Aisha waving, "Help someone, Daddy." He drives the taxi, humming. The city unfolding billboards blast a rally, clogs a street, anger in the air. His first fare, a man in a suit climbs in, phone to ear, voice sharp, stress deals. Hurry. Jamal glances back, recalls Christ dining with sinners. Luke 5:29-32, seeing beyond the surface. Pope Francis's words from a 2019 homily guide. Look with love. See the person, not the rush. Tough morning, Jamal asks, gentle. The man. Greg sighs, lowers the phone. Yeah, pressure's killing me. Jamal nods. You got this, man. Breathe. Greg half smiles, tension easing, and Jamal drives a spark kindled. Maria reaches her office, the buzz of keyboards and chatter loud. Her boss Tim nods, adds, looking good, Maria. She opens her sketch hands, stretching across a divide, a call to the shelter. Christ's love for the least. Matthew 25:40 fuels her, and Pope Francis's cry in Laudato. C rings. Care for people, care for earth. Both mend the whole. A co-worker. Priya slumps, eyes tired. Maria pauses. You okay? Priya spills late nights, family stress, feeling lost. Maria listens, recalls Pope Francis's plea. Compassion is presence from a 2016 homily. Want coffee? Let's chat, she offers, and Priya nods grateful. Maria tweaks the ad hope in each line, light spreading. Jamal's day rolls fares piling in. A teen headphones on a grandma with bags, a quiet man staring out. He listens, smiles, offers a word. Mid-morning, a woman frazzled climbs in. Clinic quick. Jamal drives, gentle, sees her hands shake. You all right? He asks. She, Linda chokes. Doctor's visit. My heart scared. Jamal thinks of Jesus healing the sick, Mark 1:34, and Pope Francis's call in a 2020 address. Walk with the hurting, share their load. I'll pray for you, Linda, he says. You're strong. She nods, eyes wet. Thanks. He drives steady, a silent prayer, rising love, a light in the chaos. Maria breaks for lunch, steps out. The city pulsing, sirens, wail a crowd, argues, screens flash, division. Her heart races, the world's fractures sharp, but Christ's promise. I am with you always. Matthew 28:20 holds her. Pope Francis urges in Evangelii Gaudium, be joy, be hope, even in the mess. She spots a man, old, leaning on a cane, lost in the crowd. Need help, sir? She asks. He. Walter nods, trying to get home. Maria walks him slow, listens, a widower alone, city too fast. She hails a cab, pays. Get home safe, Walter. He grips her hand. You're a light, dear, and she feels it burning brighter. Jamal drops. Linda wishes her strength and drives on. The sun climbing the city. Raw graffiti scars, walls, voices, clash. A new fare. A young guy, dreadlocks, eyes down, climbs in downtown. Jamal senses weight, recalls Christ, calling Zacchaeus, Luke 19:5, seeing him true. Pope Francis's words from a 2015 homily hum. Every soul is worthy. Meet them there. You good brother? Jamal asks. The guy Ty mutters. Jobless, broke, tired. Jamal nods. Been there. Keep going, Ty. You're enough. Ty looks up, a spark in his eyes, and Jamal drives light, cutting the dark. Maria returns, tweaks her ad, the office humming. Priya stops by. Thanks for earlier, meant a lot. Maria smiles, thinks of Christ binding wounds and Pope Francis's vision in Fratelli. Tutti Fraternity grows when we give time heart. She pitches the ad, bold, warm, a call to serve, and Tim approves. Run it, Maria. It's real. Her chest lifts, stress fading, purpose alive. She texts Dana from the park shelter tonight. Bring Sam a yes pings back. Maria sees it, a chain linking stranger to stranger, light enduring. Jamal's day stretches the city a mix. Laughter, shouts, need. He picks up a woman, elderly, slow, grocery store, please. Her name's Esther. Hands, shaky, smile, kind. Jamal helps with her bags, listens kids far, days long. He thinks of Jesus honoring the widow, Mark 12:42-44, and Pope Francis's cry in a 2017 address. The lonely teach us love, stay close. I got you, Esther, he says, carrying bags in, and she pats his arm. You're a blessing. He drives off, the light, strong, healing the divide. Maria leaves work, 5:42 p.m., the sun dipping, sky orange. The city roars, traffic, a protest, news of war blaring. Stress tugs, but Christ's call. Love your enemies, Matthew 5:44, anchors her. Pope Francis echoes from a 2020 homily. Love disarms, hate builds peace. Start now. She walks to the shelter spots, a teen hoodie up, kicking cans, angry. Hey, I'm Maria, she says, gentle. Kai glares, then softens, bad day lady. She listens, school fights, feeling lost, and offers, come to the shelter, food people who care. Kai shrugs, follows, and Maria feels the light grow. Jamal's shift winds down the city, glowing dusk settling. He picks up a man, quiet, worn bus station. Jamal asks, You okay? The man. Omar sighs. Moving no home. Starting over. Jamal recalls Christ welcoming strangers. Matthew 25:35, and Pope Francis's plea in a 2019 address. The displaced are. Christ, open your door. You'll make it. Omar, he says, slipping him water, a snack. Omar nods. Thanks, man. Jamal drives the light, steady, a bridge in the mess. At the shelter, Maria ties an apron, Lena beside her. The room, warm soup, steams, voices mix. Dana and Sam arrive. Sam grinning. Maria, she hugs him. Hands. Dana a bowl. Listens. Bills. Worry, but hope too. Christ's love. Feeding crowds shines, and Pope Francis's words from a 2016 homily guide. Share, serve, be present. This is faith. Kai lingers, takes soup. Eyes wary, but curious. Maria smiles. Glad you're here, Kai. The room buzzes, strangers, connecting light, piercing the dark. Jamal heads home, 7:18 p.m., picks up Fatima and the kids, a bag packed, food, clothes for the shelter. Aisha chants, Helper's daddy. Malik nods, eager. They arrive, the place alive, and Jamal spots Maria ladling soup. He helps hands out bread, thinks of Jesus breaking it for all. Luke 22:19, and Pope Francis's call in Laudato Si. We're linked, healing together. A man tired takes bread. Thanks, brother. Jamal smiles. Aisha hands out water, and the light spreads, enduring. Maria sees Jamal, his family, and waves hearts meeting. She serves chats. Donna Kai others, each face a story, a neighbor. The city's chaos rallies. News divide, fades here. Christ's promise. I am the light. John 8:12 alive. Pope Francis urges in a 2021 address, be lamps carry hope, love without end. She laughs with Sam, listens to Kai, feels the tapestry grow strangers, now family. Jamal works the kids beside him, Fatima glowing. A woman, old frail, thanks them. You're my angels. Jamal recalls Christ lifting all, and Pope Francis's cry in Fratelli Tutti. Love endures, transforms, unites. The shelter hums, need met, bonds built. Aisha yawns. We helped Daddy, and he kneels. Yes, baby, we did. The light holds strong in the chaos. Maria steps out, 9:27 p.m. The night cool stars faint. The city pulses, sirens lights division, but her ad runs soon. A beacon. Christ's call. Pope Francis's dream. Change the world with tenderness from a 2016 homily burn bright. She prays by the cross in her mind, Lord, let this light last, let me love. Jamal tucks the kids in 10:02 p.m. Fatima beside him. The city hums broken beautiful. He thinks of Christ dying for all John 3:16 and Pope Francis's plea, be hope, be love, always. He looks out the light enduring strangers embraced a vow sealed to carry on together.